Welcome back, everybody. It's been a couple of weeks now, and I'm really excited to show you the progress I've made. First, let's talk about NPCs again. I've slightly redesigned how quests and rewards are presented to the player. Before, an extra reward window would spawn showing you the rewards of the quest. Now, the rewards are displayed alongside the quest inside of a single window. Keen eyes might have noticed the dwarf now has a shop option alongside the quest option. Shops will allow players to quickly buy items in bulk or singles. Before I commit to buying any of this stale bread, I want to show you how my inventory looks before making the purchase, to show you that it updates once we receive the notify from the server. Now I realize my purchase could lead to an upset stomach, so let's sell it back. You'll notice the value of my stale bread is different from the NPC's value. Rough, but at least we can get some royal pieces back. Notice that the shop's tooltips for our royal pieces and inventory is accurate and updated as well. I wanted to interrupt the devlog because I noticed a bug while making it, pretty much. The inventory tracker or counter wasn't updating correctly when you sold items. And there was a good reason for this. Basically, whenever you sold items, the items array string basically just became empty. There's logic whenever you buy items or re-equipped items or move items around that checks for those empty strings. Just the shop counter didn't check for those empty strings and didn't compensate. I have since corrected this bug, and I'll go ahead and put in a clip of it actually working correctly. But yeah, I just thought it was funny and figured I would input this segment in the middle of it since I noticed it. Speaking of inventory, players will have 3 different inventories on launch: gear, base, and storage. At the moment, I only have logic to show you base, so let's do that. Inventories are nice to keep track of items, but if the items don't have any uses, then they might as well just be images. So let me show you the early bones of Gearswap. At the moment, I have 2 gear sets set up to use the items in my inventory. One set is for when I am engaged with an enemy, and the other is for when I am idle. The engaged gear set will attempt to equip itself on engage and after any auto attack, spell, or ability while the player is engaged, if it differs from the current gear you have on. The idle set follows the same rules, except it only happens if the player is not engaged. The inventory dynamically updates to show you the currently equipped gear. Right-clicking on any item will bring up a sub-menu if the item isn't currently equipped. If it is equipped, the item will be unequipped, setting the stats and appearance back to default. There's already logic to account for gear that the player no longer has. For example, this headpiece is in both of my gear sets, so I'll sell it and cycle between the states to show you that if the item is no longer present in the inventory, it'll simply just skip it. Well, that's all I have to show you inside the game. I've done some work outside of it with the creation of over 100 earring items alone, and I'm only up to level 42. This includes stats for those items, level requirements, and the introduction of latent stats, which I'll be separating into a few different groups, first of which is called unequipped. I have over 60 images for those earrings now, all unique and appropriate for the item that they belong to. I used AI to help me with them, with the creation and revision of them, which resulted in somewhere between 10 and 15,000 revision images just to get those first 60. Now before I go, I want to direct people to the community tab of YouTube. I'm running a poll at the moment for how in-game should be, whether to stick with a 75 cap with a twist or go all the way up to retail 99 cap. I cast my vote, and if I get no additional feedback, then I'll just roll with that. If you want to help the project or me, you can find information on how to do so in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and following along. Subscribe if you're not. The next devlog is going to be big, I think. No promises, but there's a lot of foundation now. So, bye.